Hello everyone, thanks for checking out the review here. We got the new Apple iPad 3 or third generation iPad, as they're going to be unofficially calling it, or just now the iPad. So they've changed the nomenclature, but this is it. We got it unboxed. Thanks for checking out this video. Here we go. So first of all, it looks, first glance you wouldn't know it was a new iPad. Actually, it looks a lot like the old one, but if you kind of flip it to the side, the first thing you'll notice, if you can see here on this video, is got a little bit of a tapered edge actually that they've added onto it, and it's actually really nice. It feels really good in your hands. It's very solid, not too heavy. I really like it, and it's just a tad thicker than the old one. Honestly, you cannot tell though. It's really thin steel, and this tapered edge just really adds a nice touch. It really feels good in your hands. I'll show you the back side here. Of course, volume rocker, mute, power to go ahead and turn on the screen or power on off. The new camera that's very high resolution, takes really good pictures, and of course the bigger speaker, which this thing gets loud. And I've just got a Wi-Fi version here. I don't do the 4G stuff. I just tether from my phone when I need to. Of course, standard dock port here. They haven't changed it like that. It's been rumored it's still larger. They're rumoring that they'll make this a smaller port, but so far they haven't changed it. So go ahead and we'll get into the review here, and we'll take it one section at a time. First, we're just going to cover general items in the new software, and then we're going to cover the music, and then a portion of the iPad, and then the next part we'll cover some quick games and apps, and then I'll give my recommendation on whether or not you should purchase this bad boy. So here we go. Alright, so we are booted up and we are live here. iPad 3, you're actually going to notice something interesting here. If you noticed, came from the factory actually with 91% of charge actually on the battery, so that's pretty nice. You can see I'm at the start screen, just got it opened up here, so we're going to go ahead and boot in. Let's see what we got here. Of course, just a typical standard setup. Beautiful screen actually, I can already tell this thing is just flat out, it's just clear, it's sharp as can be. So let's go ahead and see. I'm going to connect to my wireless here. Let's see what we can get. My password in. There we go. We go ahead and activate it now. I got the Wi-Fi only version here, so of course set it up as a new iPad. Did Wi-Fi only version, so nothing to connect for as far as 4G. That's going to be anybody who wants to use Verizon. I don't travel with actually needing that capability on the iPad itself. I can just connect to my cell phone or tether it, so not a problem. It's a little bit cheaper to do it this way. Let's go ahead and skip this. Skip that step, and let's get into the. Gotta agree to all your terms of service. This thing is just flat out fast, so it's pretty nice. Getting in, and let's go and start using this thing. I mean, wow, this thing, it is sharp. It is real sharp, and it's quick. Can already tell. Very, very, very nice. Let's see here. Let's get this thing flipped up. And you can, I don't know if you probably can't tell on camera how sharp this thing, but it is leaps and bounds sharper than the iPad 2, and just flat out smooth. See, we've got Twitter integration already in there, of course, with the new iOS, taking advantage of everything that the new iPhones take advantage of. See, not much app setup here, but let's go ahead and pull up our website here. Let's go to Apple Informant, AppleInformant. See what that looks like on this thing. There it is, right there. You can see. I mean, wow, it's just flat out sharp. It really is, and smooth as can be. And I mean, you can see the text is just crisp, extremely crisp. Very nice, very, very nice. Pull up another website here. It's got CNN. See what that looks like. So look at that, man. That is just, I mean, it's really sharp, really, really sharp. And of course, there's the article there. iPad hit stores, so most people will be picking these up at 8 a.m. this morning. We got it a little earlier here, so we're just check things out. But yeah, I mean, it's crisp. In fact, you can let's check the speaker volume on it and see what it's like.
Apple lovers in Japan, the long wait is finally over. A short time ago, the new iPad went on sale. Now Kyung La joins us from a very
speaker volume's good. It's pretty good.
Buyers are putting down there.
It's not bad at all, actually. It seems to be working very well. And
what's been the reaction?
Well, Anna, I just actually caught these two guys. They're among the first to purchase.
But yeah, no, it's. I mean, you can see how smooth it runs. Everything is just super fluid. Man, really can't get over how nice the screen is on this. It's so sharp. The colors are just fantastic. I mean, this is perfect for reading. They've really made quite an improvement. Let's go ahead and take a look at the camera function now. Actually, they've got the button here on the front, so taking the picture, you know, if I want to see if we can zoom in there, and it looks good. I mean, there's very low light in here. It's not that great of lighting, so it's very good. And of course, you notice it doesn't actually have a flash on it. It's just the camera itself. So that's one thing they didn't include. Don't know how I feel about that. It'd be nice to have a flash on it, and you'd think it'd be pretty easy to do since the iPhone has it already. But they didn't include it. But it's a camera capable of taking good pictures in low light, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Not that I go and take a bunch of pictures with the iPhone. So next up, we've kind of changed the background here. Just going to take a look at some of the quick functions here. I've downloaded just a couple of apps. Got your stock apps, of course, music app. They've actually changed this one up quite a bit. It doesn't typically look like this. This is what it looks like, actually. And to be honest with you, I kind of feel like it's a step back from what they were doing. Kind of looks just plain Jane for what you would normally expect from Apple. Of course, everything is fluid and responsive. You can see all your albums. Start playing them however you want. You know, go through them. I got kind of a bunch of random music here just to kind of demo out, but you can. It just seems to lack that Apple polish that you would typically you would see from different things. So, I mean, kind of see that. You know, you go through that. Now to get the cover flow view, you do that. But that's not really like the old cover flow used to be. Cover flow used to kind of be just have a little more polish to it. And honestly, now it doesn't seem like it has that anymore. You kind of have to jump back and forth to it. You got a little red bar there that shows where you're at in the song, and it looks just kind of, honestly, just kind of plain Jane. A little surprised that Apple didn't doll this up a little bit. So that's kind of a setback to me. It just kind of seems a little, and I don't know. It's been a while since I've been on the iPad too, in the music player portion of it, and I don't remember what it looked like. But this seems like a step back, actually. I mean, if you're looking at pure songs, and I just started. I mean, this is going to be your cover flow, and you don't even know what song you're looking at. You're just going by the cover of the album. You have to touch it, you know, to see what actually you're listening to. And so, yeah, this is the music app. It seems lacking to me, so we'll go ahead and get out of that. Another thing, of course, is if I'm in here, you can do your multi-touch gestures. So. In here, let me just pause this here real quick. So if you want to go home, you can do that. Once you're on another app, if you want to jump back and forth, you can do the 5-finger touch and jump back and forth between everything. Quickly show you a little bit of saturation on the screen. It's actually pretty dang good. It is a very, very sharp screen. I've noticed a little bit, it seems like when you're looking at it straight off, it's just a white screen. Maybe there's a little bit of yellow down the corners, and if you're doing it from the bottom angles, it tends to kind of turn a little yellow. I know it's an IPS screen, but I was a little surprised that it tends to lose the uniformity of the color a little bit when you're looking at kind of like that. But it's not too bad. Probably more nitpicking than anything. And of course, there's always a little bit. They say there's a little bit of the glue from the factory has to dry up just from using it. I've got this about 60 to 65% brightness right now, and it's actually, it gets really bright. So, but you can kind of see just some of how nice it looks. I mean, it's very sharp. These aren't even super high resolution photos, but they look great. I mean, they really do. Alright everyone, back here we're going to do a quick look at some games here. Actually, I've got one game here, Modern Combat 3. It's a new game that's optimized for the new iPad, or the third generation iPad. It takes advantage of not only the Retina screen, but I'm sure as well the improved processing graphics power. So let's go take a look here. Immediately you can see already just the sharpness in the image. Color is great. Of course, this is the new IPS screen. I've actually heard that Samsung's actually supposedly the only person supplying them with this screen, so you can already see the detail is great. I mean, it just looks so sharp. If I had an iPad 2 up here against it, it wouldn't even compete. So let's go to new game. I did the gyroscope earlier, and it's actually quite difficult to use the gyroscope on this game, but I'll go ahead and turn it on so we can check it out.
The invading army is called KP.
You can already see, I mean, the text is just real crisp. I mean, unbelievably crisp, and this image is really crisp, and it's so quick. It's actually quite unbelievable to see this. If you're like me, I've been dealing with computers and technology for about 18 years now. I mean, I remember back when this, I mean, you wouldn't even be able to imagine this. So it's crazy to see something like this running with this good graphics on such a thin device on a battery.
There are enemy troops on our soil before the military network went.
So I'm going to skip ahead here. See how fast it loads. Just to show you how loud this thing gets too. I mean,
the team is ordered to
it gets real loud. I actually have to talk above this because it gets so loud. So I mean, it will. This new one gets really loud. Turn it down a bit. Ready to go? Here we go. Immediately you can see the detail. I mean, the city is just so detailed, very fluid. Don't see much of a hiccups at all. Maybe just a hair, not really noticeable. Certainly very impressive for something this size. I mean, look at the texture. I don't know if you can see it all in the video, but it's unbelievable. You can see this is just cutscenes. So I'll skip forward here. Let's take a quick look. I'm not very good at this, but we'll. Pretty neat for gameplay. I mean, it's smooth, and I mean, it's unbelievable. This is a full-on game, so. And look at that, the explosions and everything. I mean, it's very fluid. You see every once in a while you see a slight hiccup in the performance, but it's very minor. Nothing that certainly takes away. It doesn't take away from the experience at all. And the textures are just unbelievable. Keep going here for a couple more seconds and we'll jump out and look at some other stuff and be thing. Show you the gyroscope. It's kind of odd. I haven't quite figured it out. You can see that if you kind of tilt it the other way and you gotta it's very difficult to use actually with the gyroscope. It would take some getting used to. You can see prefer to just kind of do the look here, and you can run. I mean, unbelievable. I don't know if anybody's seen this game, but it's really nice on this. Anyways, as you can see, I mean, it's very detailed, and you really see use this to play. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's unbelievable really for playing on the tablet. The controls are mostly intuitive. It's probably take a little getting used to. I don't typically game on a tablet, so kind of an always will be a PC guy, but. So yeah, that's Modern Combat 3. Pretty cool, actually. You should check it out. It's actually only 99 cents right now in the App Store. Well, I got ABC Play here just to check it out and see what they did. They updated this app to be for the Retina screen. I mean, it mostly looks the same. Nothing really too all that different here. Just take a quick look and see. You can see how fast this moves. Everything just looks a little bit crisper.
The following
obviously that doesn't look very good. I don't know if it will get any better with looking at it. Let's see what happens.
Game of luck with the Prius
27 seconds.
Oh, my multi was depressed. But my
I'll go ahead and let this play through so we can see a little bit of video. See how loud this thing. It really does. It really gets loud. If you hold that down, actually. Is this finished? Alright. Video looks really good. It's really good looking.
This week the world lost a great man, and I lost a mentor.
So yeah, I mean, it looks really nice. Everything's real fluid. That looks really good. The ABC app is well done. Everything just honestly just all looks good. I've heard that in Facetime, if you're looking at the front, it actually, if you've got a 4G iPad, it's only going to work over Wi-Fi. It still doesn't work over even a 4G connection. So that it's kind of a downer for anybody who was looking forward to that. You know, I checked out maps earlier, looking at our Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it's pretty incredible just zooming in here and looking at the map, the app for the maps. I mean, it's pretty incredible just zooming in with the Retina screen and looking at everything. Pretty nice. It really does. It's so sharp. It really is pretty neat. So that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much else that you really can go over. There's tons of apps on the App Store. We were checking it out earlier, actually. Pull it up here, and they've got if you go in there, Apple's got a whole spot actually for if you look under features. I'll show you where it's at here. Actually at the top, they got it just for featured for the new iPad, and you can of course get Infinity Blade, which is an awesome game, and a bunch of other apps that they've got in here that they've done up for it. But yeah, you know, when it comes down to it, I'd say if you've got an iPad 2 and you don't use it a whole bunch, it's probably not going to make that much of a difference for you. You probably don't need to go buy this new one, but if you care about the sharpness and you read on it a lot, you definitely need to get it. If you're an Apple fanatic, you probably already bought it or already are going to buy it, so it doesn't matter what I say here. And you know, if you care pretty good about your technology and you have the money, I'd definitely do it. It's definitely a worthy upgrade. The screen alone, it by itself would make it a worthy upgrade, but it just depends on how much you use it. For me, I would definitely get the sharper screen. It makes a big difference, and very much worth it. They did a great job. Good camera on the back, great screen. Again, if like I mentioned in my other video, if you're trying to decide between black and white border, white is aesthetically a bit nicer looking, but remember that black kind of makes the image float. If you think about it, HD TV, all the frames on those are black. They want the image to float. It brings out the contrast with a white frame around it. Kind of takes part of that away, and it's kind of like looking through a frame. So this kind of blends. But yeah, that's the iPad 3. Hope that you enjoyed the review. Go ahead and rate, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you'd like to hear in the future.